Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled, They Are Not in Trouble as Other Men. Lord, will you are edified. Source, KAIT 8 ABC. And this article is entitled, Woman Accused of Killing Mother and Infant Son in Crash Has History of DUIs, Records Show. This article was published November 4th, 2021. Last week, I did a video regarding this incident. So this will be the follow-up video. And it states, a woman who is accused of crashing into a vehicle on the highway Monday, killing a mother and her 6-month-old son, has a history of DUIs, according to public records. WLBT reports that 51-year-old Beth Ann White pleaded guilty to a felony DUI in August 2008 and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. According to records, the courts decided to suspend 4 years of that sentence, so she ended up serving a 1-year probation, house arrest, paid a $1,000 fine, and was sent to alcohol and drug treatment. In February 2015, White was charged, found guilty of DUI, and ordered to pay a little more than $1,300 in fines. She appealed the case to the Hinds County Court, where it remained for years until prosecutors agreed to dismiss it in October of this year because of the age of the case. White was also arrested and charged with a DUI in March 2016. She was later found guilty and was ordered to pay a fine. The conviction was appealed and was also dismissed in 2020. Deputies who responded to the fatal crash Monday said White appeared intoxicated and was taken into custody. White is accused of crashing into Allison Conaway, who was driving with her 3 children in the car. Conaway and 6-month-old Alex Conaway were pronounced dead at the scene. Her 2 youngest daughters were taken to the hospital to be treated for serious injuries and are in critical condition. So this woman, all right, has had several DUIs. Now think about this. If this was Jake would have been in prison, which further proves this is the blessing of Edom. And even lower level Edomites are blessed within their kingdom. Now imagine the nobility or the hierarchy of Edom. Psalm 73 and verse 4. For there are no bands in their death, referring to the wicked, but their strength is firm. Now let's read that in the NIV. They have no struggles, literally. Their bodies are healthy and strong. Verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men. And like I stated before, if that would have been Jake would have been in prison. Neither are they plagued like other men. Why? Because going into the blessing, going into their dominion, their rulership. Verse 5 in the NIV, they are free from common human burdens. They are not plagued by human ills. Only Esau can get away with charges such as this. This is going into the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Now, Lazarus is a representation for the nation of Israel, and the rich man is a representation for the nobility of Edom. Luke 16:23. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, referring to the rich man. Now, this is symbolic talk going into our kingdom. Will be their hell. Hell for the entire nation of Edom. Being in torments, and see Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. And this is a representation for the nation of Israel being in their kingdom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in your lifetime receive thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. The focal point. But Abraham said, Son, remember that you in your lifetime receive your good things. Case in point, woman accused of killing mother and infant son in crash has history of DUIs record show. This is their kingdom. Further proves the validity of the scriptures. Genesis 27 and verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by your sword shall you live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And we are in the end of Esau's blessing. And within Esau's blessing, he's blessed, referring to the nobility. But it trickled down to even these lower level Edomites. Psalm 73rd chapter again. In verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. And you cannot get around this. Lord will, you are edified. Shalom.